This is the world's greatest horror story, Anish Das Apu. The story's name is Harry. So let's begin from the very start. Tiny things scare me. The sun, deep shadows on the grass, white roses, a child with curly red hair, and one name, Harry. Such an ordinary name, yet the sound of it chills my blood. When my little Christine first said that name to me, a shiver ran down my spine. She was 5, a beautiful child, soon to start school in 3 months. It was a warm afternoon. Christine was playing in the garden, lying on the soft green grass, weaving little flower garlands with innocent joy. The sunlight shimmered in her curly red hair. Her skin looked pale and pink, almost like porcelain. A soft radiance seemed to flow from her. Her big blue eyes sparkled with concentration and curiosity. Then suddenly, she turned toward the white rose bushes. The bright sunlight dimmed. Shadows stretched long across the garden. Christine smiled at something unseen. "Yes, I am Christine," she said softly, as if replying to someone. Then she stood up, brushing her blue cotton skirt, and began walking toward the bushes. With every step, she seemed to grow taller in the shifting light. "I am with mommy and daddy," she continued cheerfully, "but they are my mommy and daddy." Her tiny figure entered the shadow of the bush, stepping from light into a strange, dim world. A wave of unease swept over me. "Christine," I called, "what are you doing, dear?" "Nothing," came her distant voice. "Come inside, it's too sunny out." "Not too sunny," she replied. Then, after a pause, "Goodbye, I have to go now." She walked slowly toward the house. "Chris," I asked, "who were you talking to?" She looked up at me with that innocent smile. "Harry Bhaiya." "Who's Harry Bhaiya?" She didn't answer, just smiled faintly, as though protecting a secret. That evening, I gave her milk and read her bedtime story. But her eyes, they kept drifting toward the garden. She smiled, waved at someone I could not see. When I finally tucked her in, I felt an odd heaviness in my chest. Later that night, when my husband Jim came home, I told him everything about this mysterious Harry Bhaiya. He laughed kindly. "She's just being imaginative," he said. "Children make up invisible friends. Some talk to dolls, others to imaginary playmates. Christine has no siblings, so she made one up. But she calls him by a real name, a specific one." I protested. He shrugged. "Names don't matter. She's a bright child. She'll grow out of it." I nodded, trying to convince myself. But deep down, something felt wrong. The next morning, sunlight danced on the white roses again. From the kitchen window, I saw Christine sitting cross-legged on the grass, whispering softly. "Hello," she said, smiling. "I knew you'd come. I like you very much. How old are you?" "I am 5 now, not a baby anymore. I'll wear my blue dress when I start school. Do you go to school too?" Then she paused, tilting her head, listening. A silence so deep, it pressed against my chest. "Christine," I called, "come have your milk." Usually she drummed the moment I mentioned her favorite chocolate biscuits. But this time, nothing. "Come on, sweetheart," I urged. Then she whispered, "Goodbye, Harry Bhaiya. I'll come again after milk." And she ran inside, still smiling. "Who is Harry?" I asked gently. "My brother," she said. "But you don't have a brother, dear. You're mommy and daddy's only child." "Harry is my brother. He told me so." She sipped her milk calmly, her eyes distant, as if her mind was somewhere else, perhaps still in the garden. That afternoon, I took her shopping. She wanted to stay home. Harry Bhaiya doesn't want me to go, but I didn't allow it. While brushing her hair, I noticed my hands trembling. The air felt unnaturally cold, though sunlight poured in through the window. Christine waved now and then, at no one visible. I didn't tell Jim that night. He'd just call it childish fantasy. But each passing day, Harry Bhaiya seemed to grow stronger, more real to her. One evening, after hearing everything, Jim said again, "Imaginary friend, that's all. She'll grow out of it." "But her accent is changing," I protested. "She says words I've never taught her." "Every London child picks up accents. She'll adjust after school." Still, I couldn't stop thinking, where did she learn those words, that tone? Only Harry could have taught her. Jim tried to lighten the mood. "Maybe the milkman's name is Harry," he teased. But I couldn't smile. This was no joke anymore. Finally, Jim agreed to take her to a psychiatrist. The next day, we visited Dr. Webster, an old gentle man with silver hair. I explained everything. Christine's brother, her tone, her invisible friend. Dr. Webster smiled kindly. "Not unusual, Mrs. James. Many lonely children create imaginary companions so vivid that parents think they've gone mad. It's harmless." He called Christine into the room. She sat on his knee, bright-eyed. "Tell me about Harry," he said warmly. "Harry Bhaiya makes toys from wood," she said proudly. "He writes stories, swims, climbs trees. He can draw too." "Is his hair red, like yours?" "Redder," she said giggling. "Curlier. He's tall and slim, like Daddy. He's 14 but looks older." Dr. Webster smiled. "He sounds like a wonderful boy." Christine nodded happily. "He's waiting for me in the garden." When we left, the doctor told me quietly, "Don't suppress her imagination. Let her talk. The fantasy will fade once she starts school." I wanted to believe him. On the way home, Christine ran ahead of me, laughing. For a fleeting moment, in the afternoon light, I saw beside her another shadow. Tall, slim, curly hair blowing in the breeze. Then it vanished. I grabbed Christine's hand and didn't let go until we were home. Our house felt strange after that. Even on warm days, the air was cold, lifeless. Christine seemed distant, as if she belonged to another world. She had always been our adopted child, a gift from an orphanage far from London. And I began to wonder, who were her real parents? What blood flowed in her veins? And who was Harry? A week later, the night before school began, Christine refused to go. "Harry says I can't," she sobbed. "He doesn't want me to leave him." "You're a big girl now," I said softly. "You'll make new friends." She shook her head. "Harry Bhaiya loves me. He said I can go with him." Her voice was cold, almost adult. It frightened me. "Enough," I shouted. Then trembling, I hugged her tight. "I love you, Chris. Don't listen to him, please." She whispered, "You're tired, Mummy. Let's sleep." That night she fell asleep with tear-streaked cheeks. The next morning, I opened the curtains. Golden light flooded the room. Christine's bed was empty. I ran to the garden. White roses shimmered in the sunlight. But they looked different. The petals seemed red, not from paint or dust, but from blood. A tall shadow flickered among them, then vanished. "Christine!" I screamed. "Where are you? Harry, don't take her. Bring her back." No one answered. I fainted under the burning sun. Days turned into weeks. The police searched. Newspapers wrote about the vanished child of London. Jim grew silent. But I knew, only I knew the truth, that Christine had gone with Harry. Years have passed. The white roses still bloom in the garden, and sometimes, when the sun hits the right way, I see two shadows on the grass. One small, one tall, both moving slowly, together. Tiny things scare me. The sun, deep shadows on the grass, white roses, a child with curly red hair, and one name, Harry. Such an ordinary name,